Hi everyone. Are you fed up with people ranting about the evolution of combat? Are you confused to whether or not you should like it or not? Well, today I'm going to be naming positive and negative reasons to why the EoC is bad and good. Let's get started. Yes. Positive reason 1. Change is good. Without change, the game becomes repetitive and boring, and it's nice to see something fresh. The evolution of combat brings a whole new range of things to do and new styles to try out. Whether you're a warrior, a major, or a ranger, the EoC definitely has something in store for you. Why don't you try it out and see what best suits you? I'm hoping to see a lot of different styles and abilities being used by people. Each style has their own specific ability, and some people may have some advantages and disadvantages to others, so it's nice to find your strengths and weaknesses. Just because you use a weapon and a shield doesn't mean you're at a disadvantage. There are some nifty abilities available for people that use a weapon and a shield, so like I said, experiment. Positive reason 2. The action bar isn't just for fighting, you know. It can also help skillers a lot with training, as you can put an item into the action bar by dragging it, and then whenever you have a full inventory or something, just keep tapping the number slot the item is in, for example the number 1, and watch the items disappear out of your inventory. You can also drag your prayer button down into the action bar, so whenever you press the number that is associated with the tab you dragged it into, your quick prayers will turn on, which will make it very effective. You can also drag emotes into the action bar, although this isn't very useful, but it may be for some if you're messing around, etc. So if you're ever fishing, mining, or etc. and you need to drop items quickly, then the action bar is there to help you. Positive reason 3. Strategy is key. The old combat system does not give you many options when fighting. All you have to do in reality is check your prayers are on, eat a piece of food or sip a potion, sit back and wait for the kill. With the new combat system, it gives you a lot more options, so you get engaged more with fighting. Especially with bossing, you will need to focus on your adrenaline bar and use the best moves that you can whenever to ensure a quick and easy kill, but fun and enjoyable at the same time. With the new system and the action bar, you need to plan out your next move, which people may enjoy, unlike the old system where you just had to sit back and wait until you hit. Positive reason 4. AFK while sitting high. There is an ability in the evolution of combat called Momentum, which requires 10 constitution, and when it's activated, auto attack damage is highly increased for 10 minutes. If you click on an ability whilst using this particular one, it will cancel it. To actually use this ability, your adrenaline bar has to be full, and then you have to click on the ability to activate it. A lot of people find this ability helpful, because it helps you get through long and boring slayer tasks whilst hitting high along the way. The best part about this ability is that after the timer runs out, you can activate it straight away, since there is no cooldown timer, but make sure your adrenaline bar is full. And finally, positive reason 5. Apparently the combat triangle has been reworked. This is extremely good, as it will be fair to people PKing, as if there's a ranger fighting a major, it will be equal, as certain weapons do less/more damage than they should have done originally. Overall, the evolution of combat should be good from the 5 positive reasons that I've stated, and now I will move on to 5 negative reasons. Negative reason 1. People like the current combat system how it is. They like sitting back, relaxing and not engaging with the game or combat, which is easily acceptable. People don't want dual wielding weaponry, and they just like the game how it is now, plain and simple. People don't want abilities or new prayers, they just want the game how it is because it's mainly one of their childhood games and they grew up with it, and they hate to see it dying, as do I. But I have to accept that everything changes for a reason. People also don't want to see special attacks removed. Negative reason 2. Most bosses will become more difficult as they will require more effort to kill. In the current combat system as of now, they are fairly simple to kill, but say a boss like Nomad, he will be quite difficult to kill in the evolution of combat, and as well as Jad will be difficult as well. Many people do not like this, as they think it's unfair and even trickier to complete quests, get a fire cape, kill cape, etc. Negative reason 3. Protection prayers will be changed slightly so that you won't be invincible to the enemy's attack. But what for? They are called protection prayers for a reason, and although altering them does balance the game more, it ruins the purpose of what the prayer was actually meant to be. So now, instead of being invincible to the enemy's melee attack, if you have protect from melee on, you will only tank about 40% of it. What's the point in that? Also, I think curses got removed, which I find extremely unfair because a lot of people went for curses and that took a lot of effort and requirements as well, as people spent a lot of money getting prayer levels up for things like Soul Split and Turmoil. It's just unfair really, but who knows, some prayers might still be in the game, but under different names or symbols. Negative reason 4. I think it's too quick to adapt. Give it another 2 to 3 years before you start deciding what style the game will be, not now. People can't change that quickly. They can't go from the game they love to something they're not used to. It's one risky huge leap which could result in thousands of revenue lost if not careful. People cannot accept that the game has changed so much, so they go elsewhere, resulting in the evolution of combat being a failure. The EoC will force everyone out of their comfort zone and people will have to think of new ways on how to PK. And finally, the fifth negative reason is that Jagex doesn't listen to feedback. There have been hundreds to thousands over the last few months about the EoC and Jagex have not listened. Instead, they have decided to go on with the evolution of combat, ignoring 95% of the feedback, which is negative. Jagex are lying when they say they are overwhelmed with the amount of support, because I feel as if most of the community hate this update. It's too quick for change, and it's ridiculous how there was no survey poll before releasing a massive update into this game. So my overall thoughts on the evolution of combat are that I'm impressed with it. It's a new and fresh piece of content which should make people think of strategies, etc. for bosses, PKing, etc. The evolution of combat comes out on November 20th, so you better be prepared. Thank you very much for watching, and I would highly appreciate it if you like the video, if you feel better about the evolution of combat now, and if you just like the video generally, because I put quite a bit of hard work into this video. Thanks guys, and I'll see you in my next video.